Hi guys, how are you doing? It's been some minutes I've been on here. Yes, I promised you the concluding part of our series, My Journey to Motherhood. That is Journey to Baby 2. It's been a minute. As I said earlier in my last video, that she'll be born in some days time. So we've been doing preparations around that. But I said I promised you, so let me give you the concluding parts right now. If you've not seen part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, please go and watch it, and I hope you'll be blessed by it. So let's get into it. Welcome back to my space. My name is Omolade, and this is the face behind Cecilat Space. I film content surrounding faith, motherhood, family, lifestyle, and all other good stuff I get going as I get my hands to. So let's get into the concluding part of this. If you're new, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Your subscription means a lot, and it's free. When you subscribe, please turn on the notification button to know whenever I post a new video. So let's jump right into it.
Love, I wanna be strong. We're doing wrong.
So after the loss of our baby, life went on. It was a difficult one, I won't deny it. It was a very, very difficult one, but recovery was smooth. We thank God for that, because if this recovery was not smooth, it would have been a different story entirely. So that happened in 2019, as I said in my past video. So 2020 came. 2020 was COVID lockdown thereabout or so. We were all locked up in our houses. So I belong to the Living Faith Church, also known as the Winners Chapel. So we have our annual convention sorry about that, I heard a noise, so I had to make sure everything was okay. So we have our annual convention, Shiloh, every December towards the end of the year. So Shiloh was approaching then, and the restrictions had just been lifted. And during preparation for Shiloh, we always prepare spiritually towards that event. As I said in my previous video, I told you that this was a challenge and I took it up. So when Shiloh was coming up, we are giving Shiloh prayer guidelines where you pray towards the event, pray for participants, pray for the word, pray for his servants that he'll be using to send his word to us. So that guidelines, I took it seriously. I prayed like never before. That Shiloh was actually the turning point for me. So I made sure that every day, a week to Shiloh 2020, I always prayed those prayers for at least an hour for the event, and praying that everyone's heart desires will be met. Then came Shiloh 2020. It was our turn around encounters series. That was the theme of the year, turn around encounters, and that was when our own turnaround came. So of course, day 1, day 2, day 3, then the third night, 10th of December 2021, God's servant was preaching, and he said, God is here for you. God is here for you. The word hits me like never before, and I held on to the word. He said, the number of your sorrows are wiped away. No more tears, no more sorrows. And I held on to it. And I got into the car that day. The third night is always like prophecy nights. So he prophesied for people trusting God for the fruits of the womb, people trusting God for miracle marriages, people trusting God for whatever breakthrough it is. He prayed for us, and he told us that we who were on the line for miracle babies, we should all dance forward, prophetic dance, that come Shiloh 2021, that we will not return empty, but that we will come with something to show. So I danced forward, expectant. My faith was fired up. Okay, so I danced forward in expectation that I was going to receive my own miracle baby. Then I got to the car, and I took my book and I started writing my testimony. I don't even know what came upon me that day. I was just writing. My son, but he wants to know everything. He was asking, Mommy, what are you writing? Let me see what you're writing. I didn't want to let anybody see what I was writing. Before we went to bed that night, I prayed, I prophesied. I was even in tears. that come Shiloh 2021, I must come with something to show, as God's servant had declared. Then Shiloh went, Thanksgiving went, we reached the end of the year, still expectant for our own miracle. Then came 2021. We normally do 21 days prayer and fasting in my church, beginning of the year, to set down your goals and whatever it is you want to do. Table it before God, pray for a smooth year, and make sure to pray that all your goals will be accomplished. So we did 21 days prayer and fasting, and January I didn't see my period. I had missed my period, but I had to wait till the end of the fast to do a pregnancy test. At the end of the fast, I did a pregnancy test at home, and it came out positive. Yes, it came out positive, and I was very, very excited that God has truly visited me, as He said in His word. So I shared the news with my husband, and everyone was excited, but we had to take precautions because of the previous things that we had gone through. So we waited for 3 months before we actually started antenatal. So we started antenatal in the clinic, and everything was going on smoothly. Then in February, I joined NSPPD. If you don't know NSPPD, it's a prayer platform, an online prayer platform, where we pray every Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to like 9 a.m. So I joined NSPPD, and when I joined NSPPD, the word that hits me was that your good news will not be mixed with bad news. Yes, that was the word that I heard when I joined NSPPD. Your good news will not be mixed with bad news. It shall not end up in tears. I held on to those words. So I remember one day when I went for antenatal classes, I was okay when I left the house. So when I got there, after our normal praise and worship, dancing and all that, when I sat down, I just started feeling backache, and the past experiences just flashed back to me, and I said, no, this cannot happen. I just remembered the words from NSPPD: my good news will not be mixed with bad news. So I started prophesying that word, that my good news will not be mixed with bad news, that whatever God has done, it shall be completed. So I went to see the doctor. I told him. He said, there is the dance, so there is even the car that you are driving, that I don't drive again. Is the car, don't stress yourself. So I went, took my routine medicine. Luckily enough, the hospital that we use, the nurses there are very friendly and very, very sensitive. So one of them went to go and tell the medical director. So she came, she gave me injections and told me to rest, and I shouldn't stress myself. So I took like 2 days rest. My school was in session then, so I normally drop my son every morning. But when I called my husband, I told my husband said no, that stress is too much, so we had to put him on school bus. So he went with school bus throughout that session. So everything went on smoothly. Pregnancy progressed. I was in good health. The baby was in good health. Our appointments we never missed. Our scans were wonderful. The heartbeats very strong. Baby very agile, very, very active. So everybody was happy and in expectance of the delivery. So I was already told then that by 36 weeks that the baby will be brought out, so that we won't get to hear stories that touch. So when I went I think I was 34 weeks when I went for scan, 34 weeks for my ANC appointment. The doctor said, okay, by 36 weeks, so that we will get the baby out. So we had to start preparing, buy some things that we needed that was not at home, prepare the house for visitors, for my parents, my in-laws, because they were going to stay for Omugwo season and all that. Then came the 21st of August 2021 at about 6:30 a.m. thereabouts. Our beautiful daughter arrived. Oh my God, my joy knew no bound that day. And that day happened to also to be my husband's birthday. You see how God orchestrates his things. You see how God does his things. He makes all things beautiful in his time. She actually came as a birthday gift to my husband, and everyone was so joyous. I remember when she came out, My husband was waiting, so they just went to go and give her to him. He made a video and sent to my parents. My parents were even saying that they were still praying. They never know that the miracle had already arrived. So he sent the video to her, and the first visitor that we had that day was a pastor. One of my mom's pastors. She came and she gave her the name Oluwanda Adura or something like that. I can't really remember. Then my mother-in-law came too. She gave her the name Favor, and we called her Oluwatofarati. That is, we rely on God, that God is dependable. God is forever and ever dependable. He does not fail. So I want to leave this word with you, that whatever it is you're trusting God for, God does not fail, and he will never fail when it comes to you. He is the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. So I say that you should hold on to him, hold on to his promises, and he will surely fulfill them in his own time. Yes, in his own time. So I'll end this video here. I'll do a video of scriptures that kept me going throughout this period, so you can hold on to those words and send back God's words to him, because his word will always fulfill that which he has sent it to do. I hope you are blessed by this series, and I hope to hear your testimony very, very soon. Bye for now. God bless you, and see you in my next. Bye. I need to attend to
Love, love, love. I wanna be strong, strong.